3, 4, 5. Okay. Checking my current speed with the accelerator. I see myself clear. And cleared a little bit of the side stem. Bring me up, jump off for 3 feet, please. 4 feet. Okay, 4 feet up. Continue, good motion. Continue. 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 6 inches to go. Stop. Stop. P10, ignition speed. 1.
Copy, P10 is made and secured to the Velcro.
3, 4, 5.
B2A secured to the Velcro. Copy, next step is B5 or 6 bolts.
Alright. 2, 3, 4, 5. So take me to my left about 1 foot, please. 1 foot to your left. Confirm setting, same as before. Stop.
Correct, same as before, no changes.
1,
5 turns.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Has the door open, keep an eye on what's inside if you can.
One.
And there's going to be no PRT changes, Mike. Tell me,
3, 4, 5. Jump off 4. If you could bring me out from the telescope, if you bring me down 2 foot, please, and then out from the telescope.
2 feet and out of the disc.
2 feet down, then 2 feet out. That's enough down. And stop the out.
Down,
Stop the out. Good.
Of 6 bolts, Bart.
Okay. I will leave the port aft engaged.
Correct. Mike, get the door stay set.
Okay, Jean-François, can you take me out from the telescope another foot, please? Another foot out. Yes. And bring me down 2 feet.
And down 2 feet.
Yes. Continue the motion down. Continue. And stop. Stop.
If you guys look up into the port side, we're passing over Cuba.
Drop off, if you can pitch me down 20 degrees.
20 degrees down.
And then bring me in towards the telescope 4 feet.
And in the telescope 2 feet.
4 feet into the telescope and pitch me 20 degrees down. Continue.
Mike, as you engage the doorstop, if you could look at the DMU bolts.
Copy. Continue. Continue, Jean-François. Another 6 inches.
Another 6 inches.
Continue. And stop. Stop.
Quad.
Go ahead.
Change the direction to clockwise, too.
Okay, 5 tables disengaged from the computer. I will close the lid and engage 1 table. Okay, hook on it.
Mike, how the DMU hold?
See, they've got MLI tape on them. They're looking in good condition.
Copy the DMU, the bolt holes below the DMU have MLI tape on them.
That's correct. I don't know if I can show you with the CTVC, but there you see it. I've got the CTVC pointing at it.
We can see a couple of them if you move your hand. There you go.
Is that good enough to see?
Actually, if you could give us another little bit pan towards the outside part of the door and away from the door stay. And now up towards the top of the door and back towards the bay itself now. That's perfect right there, Mike. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Okay, Mike, let's get back to work. That looks great.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to take your view away for a while.
Mike, could you take 1 second and yank on your tether reel just so it retracts and it'll make Claude's life easier later? You can see it's not retracting. Make sure it's unlocked too.
Here I'm at the cope. I will retrieve the CC caddy.
Good, good.
Okay, Steve, I'd like to have a go-ahead with disconnecting.
Houston Discovery, want to verify we're a go for 224 connector demate.
And you have a go for 224 connector demate.
I copy, Steve. Good here. And stop. Stop. And bring me in towards the telescope. Into
the first step for Foal, who can be recognized not only by being the astronaut currently on the end of the robotic arm, he also has a broken red stripe around the pant legs of his suit. The first step for him is to demate the 2 connectors on the side of the computer, and then at that point he'll also demate the Hubble Space Telescope harnesses. There's 7 of those harnesses. And then he'll release 5 bolts that are securing the computer to the instrument bay there, and at that point the computer should be free, and he will tether it, as is the case with any piece of equipment, to be so that it doesn't float away. He'll tether that and then hand it off to Claude Nicollier, who will pass him the new
20 degrees pitch forward, which I have
the new computer.
30 degrees yaw and 20 degrees roll.
Okay, working on the yaw now.
And it's going to be yaw to my right, Jean-François.
Copy, yaw to your right.
That's correct.
Discovery has just begun the 58th orbit of its mission, now heading out across the Atlantic Ocean, having made a pass across Cuba just a few minutes ago.
That's my roll, Jean-François.
That's exactly 20 degrees. You're working on the roll now. The roll left.
Roll left, 20 degrees. Motion.
Arm stop.
Understood, I verify antennas to the CC Charlie, both and verified picture.
Copy, and do all 7 of the caps look good?
They look good, all 7 of them.
Copy.
Jean-François, take me down 3 inches or so, 4 inches.
Okay, 3 inches down?
3 inches down and 3 inches to my left.
Down 2 and 3 to your left.
That's correct. P1 is disconnected, Steve. Stop the arm, Jean-François. Stop.
Copy, P1.
And there's no debris in the connector.
Copy, no debris.
P5 is disconnected. The pins are all in good condition.
Copy, 1 and 5, all good pins so far. Claude, as you head up the TA, you'll remember the low gain antenna is up and to the left.
Okay, I will. Thank you. So, Jean-François, take me into the telescope about 6 more inches.
6 more inches in.
Yep. Stop. Stop. Bring me down, please, 6 inches.
6 inches down.
Continue.
Continue.
Continue. Continue. And stop.
I'll stop. And Mike, for your information, Claude is on his way up to help GCA you on the left side.
Thank you. P4 is disconnected. The pins are in good condition.
Say the connection number again.
P4.
Copy 4. 1, 5, and 4.
That's correct.
Trunnion just above your head, Claude. Trunnion. And the door is on your right.
Thank you. Verify the handles and good condition. No debris will be generated by translating on the...
Copy. Sunset in about 5 minutes now.
And our first views now of Claude Nicollier on his first spacewalk as he heads up to the work site where Mike Foale is disconnecting the computer's cabling and bolts. He'll be assisting with taking that computer back down and stowing it before installing the new computer.
Another foot.
About a foot down.
That's correct. Continue. Stop.
I'm stopped.
Working on P5, Steve.
I'm sorry, I thought you already called P5.
That was P4, P6 I just did.
Okay, P6.
I've done J1, J4, J6, and now I'm on J5, B5.
Copy.
Steady, started to the standoff on the left side of the horizontal handrail. Both ends very side secure.
Copy. You're a go now to help Mike out on his left side.
And B5 is disconnected, has good pins, pins in good condition.
Claude Nicollier for the spacewalk can be distinguished by the diagonal red stripe on the pant legs of his suit.
Claude is going to carefully come out underneath the door now, so he'll be on the GCA if you need it.
I copy. Okay, Jean-François, if you can bring me up about 6 inches.
6 inches up.
Stop. Stop. And bring me in 6 inches.
6 inches in.
Stop. Stop. P3 is disconnected, Steve. And the socket is in good condition.
Okay, copy 2.
Working on P7. P7 is disconnected. So your pitch is about 1 inch to the minus 2 inches. Thank you, Greg. And P7 is disconnected and the pins are in good condition. 1 inch. Please bring me up 6 inches.
6 inches up. Copy P7. I think you have one left, number 3.
That's correct. Continue, continue. And stop. Stop. Both of your pitch is just touching the DNU. Okay, I'm away. 1 inch left. I have to do it without looking. Just touching. Touching. Touching still. Don't go further left. Okay. 1 inch to the cable and touching the box. Okay, clear now. Okay, P3 is disconnected. And the pins are in good condition.
Okay, we copy. All the connectors have been removed from the 224 and all the pins look good.
That's good, Steve. Okay, I got to translate on the other side of the arm on your right side. Right. I copy. Jean-François, if he will take me, as you could, you need to transfer first before I move.
Copy, and the sun's going down?
Good, can I move the arm out so I can move it? You can move it out without a problem. Okay. Jean-François, nice and slow, take me out from the telescope.
Out, nice and slow.
About 5 feet.
About 5 feet.
That's good.
And Claude, the solar ray is about 2 or 3 feet above your head, so you need to stay low.
Okay, I'll stay
Get over the arm, that we would appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Discovery Houston for maneuver. Next maneuver in DAP A, please.
With Claude Nicollier and Mike Foale on the end of the robotic arm, their spacewalk now is officially 1 hour in duration, having begun at 1:06 this afternoon Central Time, 2:06 p.m. Eastern Time.
To the PRT, Mike.
Copy that.
5 turns each.
And about 5 turns each.
Mike, do you want to go back to roll 0?
Yes, please.
And Popoyo, okay, I do roll, then yo.
Correct.
And Houston, confirm your call. The next maneuver is at 2100 DAP A.
Okay. Hi, Mike.
That is affirmative, Kurt.
Nice to see you here.
And Houston, understood you confirmed that you were stepped on.
That is affirmative, DAP A for the next maneuver, Kurt.
Copy that, 2100.
Now, myself, you can take me to my left about 6 inches. To your left, 6 inches.
And Discovery's moved into an orbital sunset as it passes across the upper west coast of Africa. We'll begin a southeasterly swing across the continent, crossing the coastline of Somalia before heading out across the Indian Ocean.
Into the telescope 5 feet. And up. That's correct. Can you confirm I still have the 20 degrees pitch?
Yeah, you have some pitch, but not 20 degrees. If you want, let me tweak the numbers.
Okay. 20 degrees fine, actually, at this point. It's just a boot brake turn. And you can come into the telescope.
Moving in.
5 feet. Continue. Continue. I'm about a foot crank from the DMU. Continue. And stop. I'm stopped. He's working on the top left bolt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Steve, confirm it's 5 turns, please.
Okay, and I'm on now, and it's 5 turns, Mike.
Copy, John.
And Mike Foale is now basically disconnecting the bolts that are holding the entire computer to the work site.
Down.
All of the connectors have been demated or disconnected from the computer, and as Foale was disconnecting each one, he would take a hard look at them to make sure that the pins were in good shape, as those connectors will be mated to the new computer in an identical fashion, only in reverse of what he's doing now.
6 inches. I have about 1 foot crank to the 60 to your left. 6
The computer replacement is desired by the Hubble project because the computer controls and monitors the health of almost all of the Hubble's systems. It controls the movement of the telescope from one target to another, and it also controls the commanding for the telescope to hold steady when it is observing a particular target. The computer that Mike Foale is removing right now is actually a computer that was designed in the late 1970s with obviously much less capability than modern computers today.
6 inches down.
The computer has degraded over time, and during the first servicing mission back in 1993, the computer was augmented with an additional computer which was basically bolted to the top of the existing 286 computer, and that coprocessor was based on a 386 microchip. So the computer that's being removed is basically a 286 with a coprocessor, upgrading it to a 386. And what the astronauts are going to do today on this task is to remove that entire computer package and install the equivalent of a 486 computer into the telescope.
Okay, South West, if you can take me to my right 2 feet, please.
To your right 2 feet.
That's correct. Continue to motion.
even though it is a 486 computer, which by desktop standards here, that would seem quite slow. It's a computer that has to go through an extremely thorough amount of checkout and testing before it's able to be flown into space and installed in the telescope, particularly being shielded from any radiation effects, none of which would affect, obviously, a desktop computer here on Earth. So even though it's based on a 486, it will be a great deal faster than what the telescope is operating under now, and will provide a great deal more capability for the science team using the telescope for observations.
Completed. Moving to the middle right. Jean-François, bring me up, please, 6 inches. 6 inches up. Continue. Continue. Stop. Stop. Done.
The new computer that's going to be installed once this one is removed actually is already flown in space. It was taken into space on a previous shuttle flight and flown for 10 days and tested in the space environment. Since the telescope is not exactly reachable for servicing that often, it's very important that this computer have been thoroughly tested, both for electrical and thermal tests as well as radiation testing, to ensure that it could survive the trip to orbit and withstand cosmic and solar radiation effects, as well as the various fairly extreme temperature changes that are seen in space when the telescope moves from sunlight into darkness and from darkness back into sunlight.
Continue. Continue. Stop. Stop. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, that's all 6 bolts. I have the DFT2 still in my hands. Okay. It seems to be free. It is free. I think we need to move out a little bit more. I concur. Jean-François, if you could bring us out from the telescope, roughly 4 feet. 4 feet out. Out. Out.
And there it is, Mike Foale now pulling the old computer out of the telescope at the 1 hour, 9 minute mark of the spacewalk.
Okay. Continue. And stop. Up. Okay. Hold on. I have it. Verify secured on the side of the computer, also on the stand. Okay, you have the DF224. I have the 224. And now that you're on the Wistic radiator, I will avoid it. Just 1 foot. Like I just tweaked your altitude. Jean-François, I'll just like to be pitch forward 20 degrees. 20 degrees pitch down? Yeah, pitch down 20 degrees. And the yaw will be 0. Copy, go back.
Now that the old computer is out, the
For the next task.
robotic arm under control of Jean-Francois Clairvoy will be maneuvered down to the orbital replacement unit carrier down in the forward portion of the payload bay, where the old computer will be stowed and the new computer will be retrieved and installed in the telescope.
Max join at 2 now.
Thank you. Okay, Jean-Francois, please take me down 2 feet.
Down 2
And in 5 feet.
and inside.
Thank you. Continue activation. Okay, towards the in motion. Yeah, bring me to my left 2 feet.
2 feet. Close the clearances.
I have 2 feet to go to the DMU. Continue.
Keep moving.
Continue and stop.
Stop.
Okay, Jean-Francois, please bring me up 2 feet.
Up 2 feet.
Yes. And in 2 feet.
And in 2 feet.
That's correct. And I have 3 feet going in from under foot. Correct. Continue. Continue, good motion. Continue. Stop. Stop. The converter caddy is installed.
Copy. Converter caddy installed.
Okay, Jean-Francois, if you could pitch me forward, pitch me down another 10 degrees, please.
10 degrees more pitch down.
Yes, please.
So, Mike, I'm just going to read you the Penelink note.
Copy.
I'm still.
And Jean-Francois, bring me into the telescope another 6 inches.
6 inches in.
Continue. Continue. And stop. Stop. Bring me left about 6 inches. I have about 8 inches between me and the CDS. That's correct. Stop. Stop. Okay, starting on converter P1.
Okay, and it's push and turn counterclockwise.
Thank you. Nice reminder. John, for the record, this does not look the way I remember it for P1. It's more of my Soyuz configuration than
Okay, we copy that, Mike.
P1 is installed.
Wait, copy P1.
Working on P3, Jason, P3.
Copy.
This is Mission Control Houston. We have about 2.5 minutes or so remaining of television from Discovery, and then we will not have television for about 1 hour. We will not get TV back again until 24 minutes after the next hour. In the meantime, Mike Foale has already removed the old computer and is in the process now of installing 7 what's called connector converters to the ends of the connections that he demated just moments ago from the old computer. These connector converters that he is installing, they're basically jumpers, cables to the ends of each one of those connectors will basically reduce any chance of risk to the mission success of the new computer. And once those 7 connector converters are installed, he and Claude Nicollier, who's just behind him on the manipulator foot restraint on the robot arm, will be maneuvered down into the payload bay to stow the old computer and grab the new computer and head back up to this same work site to install that new computer using the same connectors that were demated just a little while ago from the old computer.
P2 is installed.
Copy P2.
Please bring me down 6 inches.
6 inches down.
Continue. And stop.
Stop.
And we're working on P4. And P4 is quite stiff to operate.
Yeah, P4 is stiff to operate.
Yeah. And it's engaged. And I have the silver audit showing.
Okay, copy P4. Thanks.
Moved.
And John, P7 barely had enough slack because of a tie wrap holding it in a tight bundle there down.
Okay, but you got it?
I got it, yeah.
Okay, P7, good job.
That tie wrap is putting some tension on it. Although when I bend the rest of the cables up, it seems to relieve that. And right now I believe the stress on it, so stress is off.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, 1 inch to the cable now. 2 inches. Thanks, Fred. I'm going to work on P5. inches. 2 inches. John Foxtrot, bring me up, please, another 6 inches. 6 inches up. Continue, and stop. Stop. So yeah, 1 inch to the DMU now. It should not something to be the DMU stay that high. Okay. John Foxtrot, bring me in another 2 inches. 2 inches, yeah. Continue, 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 stop. Stop. Very ironic that I have a reflection in my helmet of the gold MLI that gets me right where I'm trying to look. Yeah, just touching the DMU now. Okay, come on. Just touching the DMU very lightly. Touching DMU. Copy. Touching the DMU lightly. Right. Okay, T3 is connected. Copy, T3. John Foxtrot, bring me up. Okay, that's good. The next one and last one is from the top, looking down. High enough, or should I go higher? That's good. Go to the right a little bit. Pitch down just a little bit. Stop. Pitch back up just about half that. Stop. Okay, stand by.
Discovery Houston for maneuver.
Go ahead and maneuver. Hold that for 10, Mike.
The maneuver at 2100 we would now like to do early at 20:40, just a few minutes from now, and this will be back in the ADAV, Kurt.
Copy, ADAP and 2040.
Affirmative.
Okay, photo close out complete, Mike. Thanks.
Thank you. So if you could take me to my right about 1 foot to get me clear of the door.
Keep to your right.
Yes. That's good, thank you. Stop. John, do I have a go to close out the door?
Yes, you do. Release the door stay, and the PRT should be set A3 clockwise 10.
Okay, the door stays released.
And just a heads up, if it's like phase 2 and 3, you may have to push rather hard to get that first J bolt over.
I copy.
John Grunsfeld lending his expertise in what he experienced yesterday in 2 other work sites.
Okay, Jean-Francois, can you take me to my right, please, about 1 foot, and in 1 foot?
Okay, in and right 1 foot.
That's correct.
Beautiful view of Mike Foal's reflection in the telescope as he prepares now to close out that work site.
And stop the end. Bring me down 2 feet, 1 foot.
Down 1 foot.
Continue. 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 Stop.
Foal distinguishable by the broken red stripe around the pant legs of his suit.
As you know, 5 turns.
Copy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There are 6 bolts that Mike Foal will drive into the closed position, and he'll count up to 5 for each one to ensure that they are secured properly.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, check the extension. I feel myself clear to go up.
Okay, moving up.
So first of all, up, please, 4 feet. Continue. Continue. Stop there. Stop. Channel going to the NEE.
Yep, off to the note.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So take me to my left. Just a foot, please.
Left 1 foot.
Yeah. Continue. Stop. Stop. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and split. 3. Jump up take me straight down 5 feet to the accelerator.
You said 5 feet straight down?
Straight down. Just to further your raise. Run, open the nose. Okay, I'm clear of the arrays, I think.
Mike, can I show you with all bolts complete?
Run, open the nose.
And Mike, I can, while you're doing that, I can move you to the node.
Okay, please move me to the node.
You can move to the node. Mike, and if you could reconfigure to counterclockwise 23.
Counterclockwise 23. That's set on the MTL.
Okay, on the controller, it'll be A4.
Copy A4 on the controller. And 4 is verified on the controller.
And Mike Fold now has completed securing the door on bay 1, bay number 1. That's the location where the new computer is now installed. And the task of changing out the computers is now complete. The plan now is for the Hubble project with commanding from the Space Telescope Operations Control Center in Greenbelt, Maryland at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center to shortly go ahead with the aliveness test for that new advanced computer, and that is a series of commanding steps that will be performed to verify the health of that brand new computer for the Hubble Space Telescope, including setting the ground switches, the ground system switches from the old computer to the new computer. That also will include enabling heaters on the new computer and then powering on the new computer as well.
Okay, I'm staging the bolt now for... I'm right above you and I'm ready to receive the noble plugs. So when you're ready. Okay, it is now open for A1 Noble, the technical go to the flags now. And John, I turned off my globe heaters. Okay, thanks. Okay, Jean-François, bring me aft, please. 5 feet. And take me 5 feet aft. Take me to my right, maybe 1 foot, just to be absolutely
And once I copy the current.
Yeah. So that's good. That's good already. So leave that.
Okay, just aft.
Just that, yeah. Continue. Continue. And drop the arm, please. Stop. So I'm right above you. I hope this is a decent place for you. Right. Here's just to catch your attention here. I'm looking for a noble plug. Okay, I'm tethered to noble plug caddy. I have 2 good secure hooks. Taking it out, handing over to you. I copy. tether down to you. Do you want that?
Why don't you tether directly on the tether loop there? Yep, yep, this one.
Okay, my gate is closed.
Okay.
I'm going to release yours.
Thank you.
Yours is released.
Great, thank you very much. Check the Velcro on those.
I'll check it now.
Thanks.
The Velcro is all intact and closed with the safeties.
Thanks. Okay, I'm tethered to Noble door 1. Removing the Velcro on the forward.
Okay, cool. I'm going to toss you down my tether. If you could bring me forward about 2 feet, please. Forward in the bay.
Forward 2 feet. So the aft retaining Velcro is off.
Understood? Stop. Stop the arms. Corey, can I pass you the tether or do you want to?
I would like you to take it and remove my tether.
Okay. Okay.
Mike, I can take you down a bit.
No, it's okay. He'll get it.
Oh, this Noble door 1 door.
Actually, so I'm going to tether to the top of it. That's right. That's where I need to go anyway. I am tethered to the top of it.
Okay, let me remove my tether.
My gate is closed.
Okay, I'm off.
All right. John Foster, take me straight up, please. And to bay 1.
To bay 1. But I'm going to close it up.
Okay.
Take one at this time, all 3 latches. So, okay.
See, the stanchion is clear, and the camera is down.
And make sure and keep it low, Mike.
I copy that. Continue up, Jean-François. Thank you. Jean-François, at this point, stop the up motion and bring me aft.
Copy. Aft only, and I stop the up motion.
Thank you. Continue. That's good. Bring me straight up.
Straight up.
Yeah, I want to come up. I'm going to start on the top left corner this time.
Top left corner first.
Yeah. Slowly now. I have about 4 feet to the other edge.
Yeah.
And stop the up. And bring me straight into the telescope.
Straight in. Sunset in 2 minutes. Okay, thank you. Forward latch is closed. Copy forward latch.
Stop the end.
Stop the end.
Take me to my left. 8 inches to Jean-Francois.
8 inches.
Yep. Stop.
Stop.
Jean-Francois, take me to my right, please. 2 feet.
Wide, 2 feet.
Finished up. Yes.
3 latches closed, John. Thank you, Quad. 3 latches closed. Okay. Quad, you'll go to retrieve the TFR extension.
Okay. Break to base 15.
Concur?
Okay, Jean-Francois, please bring me down 4 feet.
Down 4 feet.
Yes. Continue. 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 And stop.
Stop.
Actually, I can reach this one here. Okay, Jean-Francois, take me out from the telescope, please. 3 feet.
The right feet, get the ground plug.
Oh, stop. Stop. Thank you, John. Stop. Good job.
Ground cap to J-bolt.
Copy that. The J-bolt is installed on the J-hook, not on the bolt.
Take copy, ground cap on the J-hook.
That's what I meant to say, yes.
Okay, and once you're backed away, you can stow the plug stringer in the trash bag.
Thank you, John.
And the last task at that work site by Mike Foll just about completed. That is installing a new outer insulation blanket on that work site, bay number 1. That's the work site where the new computer was installed.
Continue excavation. And stop.
Stop.
Discovery Houston for EVA.
Go ahead, Houston.
We'd like to congratulate you. The payloads community reports a good 486 aliveness test. The Hubble not only has new brains, it's thinking.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Thank you, Houston.
Well, that's terrific news, and I guess all 1,000 gold pins work. And Mike, I can take you to the MFR swap while you're working on the station.
Okay.
Steve Robinson here in Mission Control reporting the good news from the Hubble project, and that is the aliveness test for the new computer was a good one. So all of the connections were done properly as was expected. And Mike Foale has now completed installing a new insulation blanket on the outside of that work site and is now headed back down into the payload bay to assist Claude Nicollier. The two astronauts will actually swap places, with Nicollier taking Foale's place on the end of the robotic arm and the foot restraint. And then Mike Foale will become the free-floating astronaut for the second task of the day, the second major task of the day, and that is to swap out one of the Hubble Space Telescope's fine guidance sensors.
The double plug, Cody, is stowed in the trash bag, John.
Great, thank you, Mike.
John, can you tell me the config the stanchion should be in for Claude?
135 right, so leave it where it is.
Okay.
So, Mike, as you know, the next thing while you're doing the MFR swap, we're going to rotate. It takes a few minutes.
Discovery Houston for Hubble.
Go ahead.
Discovery, we request 32K inverted on the PGSC now.
We'll put that in work.
Now with Mike Foale and Claude Nicollier safely away from the telescope, the crew has now been given a go to rotate the telescope 90 degrees. That will put the next work site facing forward, basically facing the crew compartment, and that is the plus V3 side of the telescope, with the fine guidance sensor location pointed directly at the crew compartment, that thus putting the next work site in range of the shuttle's robotic arm, on which Claude Nicollier will be supported for the next task.
Okay, thanks. That was it. Jump up. There, Mike, if you could do a quick scan of the fuel sample for integrity.
Good call, John. Thank you. Everything looks in place, and two boards are locked.
Thank you, Mike. Claude, we're going to start a telescope rotation so that you can stay forward of the FSS.
Okay. Give me a couple of minutes. Ready.
No rush.
tether rails, you could remind me.
Okay. Okay, Mike, I will.
Thank you.
Okay, the extender's installed, John. Very good, Quad. With a fit pin secure. Thank you. You can go and join Mike, and if when you get there you can go, well, I'll let the two of you talk through it. Okay.
Oh, I know what's happened, Claude. You should be forward of me, shouldn't you? So I'm going to come up above you and let you go over underneath me.
Okay. I concur, Mike.
Thank you, John. So I'll just do it the way we've done it before.
I'm on my way, Mike.
Okay.
Mike and Claude, we're rotating the telescope.
And the Hubble Space Telescope rotation, 90-degree rotation, is underway. Again, this is to present the next work site facing toward the crew compartment so that it is within reach of the shuttle's robotic arm. With one of the two spacewalking astronauts there a moment ago at the bottom of the telescope, it served as a very good reference for the size of the telescope, as it stands about 4 stories out of Discovery's payload bay.
Okay, the only thing I'd like to hear from both of you is when you're hard tethered to the orbiter. Okay?
Copy, John.
Yeah, I think that's a good relative position. Lord, he is hard tethered to the orbiter.
Verified on hard structure. Done.
Thank you, Mike. Do we need to lock this?
Yeah, lock you.
Thank you.
Okay.
These are my 2 hooks there.
So I think I'm going to unlock this. Well, maybe not. Are you going to do yours first?
Why don't you do yours, because it will take everything away if you unlock it and
All right.
on your left. Could be cleaner this way.
Okay.
This 90-degree rotation atop the flight support system should take only about 5 minutes or so. And it's a very delicate process, as the Hubble project wants to minimize any perturbations or movements to the fragile solar arrays on the telescope. One of the arrays you may notice is not matching in terms of the being vertical or straight horizontal as the other, and that is by design so that it clears the tail of the orbiter during this rotation.
Thank Okay, can you verify?
Yes. Okay, fire record. Secure.
Discovery is approaching the midpoint of the 59th orbit of its mission. The current altitude of Discovery is 373 statute miles. That's about 324 nautical miles.
Negative, Fred. Okay. Yeah. Several hours. I'll take myself. Okay, give me that hook and I'll put it on. Okay. Hey, do that again. Okay. And 2 independent hooks. Gates clear. Thank you. Stay here, don't we? Go just a little bit. Yeah. I think I'll have to reroute my tether here. It comes behind the... It is locked, remember the one on? Yeah, it comes behind the lower CPDC cable. Well, once you're up there, actually, I go around this fence. Okay. Me go there already? You'd like to do that? Okay, I'm going to come forward and then down a little bit. So out and down a bit. Okay, I should be out of your way. Oh, thank you. So just still tethered to the... Yeah, I know. I'm watching on my... And what's the radiator scope? Houston Discovery for HST. Okay.
Go ahead.
HST rotation complete, no anomalies, we're in the 4-minute wait.
Every copy.
Pushing the over, course.
And Discovery at the end of the 4-minute wait, procedure as written with the BDAP. Ignore the ADAP call out in the timeline.
Okay, Steve, you may understand we'll be going to the BDAP.
Affirm.
Mike and Claude, you each verified each other's double tethers.
Yes, we have verified each other's double tethers.
With that, thanks for working with you on the 46. I'm going to turn you over to Steve. Sound check. Now you hear me?
Loud and clear, Steve.
Loud and clear. Claude, watch your feet there on the radiator. We had a good rotation, you guys. We just have about 90 seconds left, and then we'll put you back to work. And jump on traffic can pick me up about 4 feet. Copy up, 4 feet.
suspension tilted fully towards the boot plate.
Okay, thanks.
So tell the wheel got kind of caught around the... There you go. I found it a little stiffer than the...
Yeah, it is.
The MBL.
But let's be clear.
You have to kind of push harder in with your toe, further in. There you go. That's your heel. Now twist out. Yeah, that's good. Left foot done. And right foot.
Thank you. Gentlemen, we're back in attitude control. Mike, your next task is going to be to unstow the PFR for Claude, and Claude, you have several things to do here to get configured. Okay?
Steve, you'll tell us when we can move. Okay?
Say again?
You'll tell us when we can start translating.
I've just said that. You can translate now.
Okay.
And Mike, if you stay there and help us hand the handhold up, that'll save us a little bit of time. If you don't mind.
I will stay here.
Okay. So when I get your sea legs back, you can translate around to Claude. It'll be a couple minutes reconfiguring. And Steve, I could retrieve the gas set cutting. Okay, and you can also step DGT. So the DGT. The stanchion is correct at 135 right. Okay.
So I'm just going to park here for a second. Got it.
Discovery, we're probably about 15 minutes away from looking for a go to STS to connect teammate.
Copy. Thanks for the heads up. Discovery Houston for attitude, change of plan. We would like to hurry into attitude now with the ADAP.
Discovery copies ADAP now.
those dots on the caddy tended to open rather easily quite often. I had to tidy them up.
Okay, I have the guides at caddy on my mini workstation. Just throw the PTT down. Okay, make sure its slider is closed and you have a tether on it. Good.
Yes, it clips all the way back. You got it now? How was it translating with that?
To the handle with 2 good hooks. Okay, I copy the guide stick caddies on you and the PGTs on the MFR. You have to go to get the outboard FGS handhold.
3 hours, 5 minutes now into the spacewalk. The two astronauts have now swapped places. Mike Foale, now the free-floating astronaut with the broken red stripes on his pant legs, and Claude Nicollier now in the foot restraint on the end of the shuttle's remote manipulator system or robotic arm. He distinguishable by the barber pole or the broken slashed red stripes on his spacesuit. The two astronauts now preparing to begin the next major task of this spacewalk, and that is to swap the fine guidance sensor on the telescope. One of the fine guidance sensors, FGS number 2. That work site has been rotated to the forward position so that it's easily accessible now by the robotic arm and the two astronauts. We expect to lose our television picture in about 2 minutes as the orbiter moves out of communications range with the Eastern Tracking and Data Relay satellite. We expect to have television again about 30 minutes from now, or about 43 minutes after the hour. And by that time, the two astronauts should be well into removal of the fine guidance sensor from the telescope and preparing to stow it on the side wall of the payload bay before gathering up the new fine guidance sensor located in one of the protective enclosures down in the lower portion of the payload bay of the orbiter.
Great. Unlock. There you go. Is that a good place to put it? Or the middle is better. Right there? Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, hold on a second, Claude. My tether wheel's got time. What happened there?
I have it.
Claude, let me bring it down. Right. Yeah, let go of it. My tether wheel got caught up.
I see that.
Okay, now it's free. You have it? You have it.
I have it. And 2 good hooks for the tether.
And again, we've lost our television picture for about 30 minutes. We should acquire a television signal from Discovery once again about 43 minutes after the hour.
Are you above me still?
I'm still at the same place. I'm tethering the handle to the sensor. Good job.
These views from Discovery as the orbiter tracks off the east coast of Australia, beginning a swing across the Pacific Ocean, just about ready to begin the 60th orbit of Discovery's flight. Claude Nicollier now in the shuttle's in the foot restraint on the end of the shuttle's robotic arm, while Mike Foale on the left, the free-floating astronaut, remains tethered to the Hubble Space Telescope, awaiting the installation of a handrail or a hand hold on the outside of the fine guidance sensor in preparation for removal of the fine guidance sensor. The old one, a new one will be installed that has been refurbished after its return from the most recent visit to the Hubble Space Telescope in February of 1997.
Okay, I'm ready for lifting up your stall. So Alpha phone, what are the other settings? Counterclockwise 23. Counterclockwise 23.
And I've already set that, Claude, I think.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
Claude, I should just warn you, I did bump my visor once with the back of the PRT, so be careful.
Okay, okay, thank you. Okay, Jean-Paul, take me in 2 feet. About 4 feet away, and to stop it, 2 feet also.
2 feet in and stop.
Continue about 3 feet in.
Copy.
3 feet in, stop.
Stop.
Okay, and 7 turns, confirm.
Coming a bit closer to the telescope, Claude, just a bit more.
Okay.
A bit more there, right there.
Okay, 7 turns, confirm, please.
I'll come down a little bit.
7 turns. That's good?
That looks good, yeah.
Okay. 7 turns is correct.
Ready?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Turning out.
And the bolts out. Okay.
Right. Up 6 inches, Jean-François.
At 6 inches, and Mike, please look at the trunnion. We have 2 feet clearance at this time. Moving up.
Stop.
Stop. Yeah, it's close if you can get to the door with that. And you have about 18 inches clearance with your bonnet to the trunnion.
Okay, got to be a little bit from above because of the knob here. Okay, no.
Yeah, that looks better, Claude. Yeah, that's a bit better.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1 foot up, Jean-François. My helmet is left of the trunnion, so that's not a problem.
Yeah, it's a good position, Claude.
Okay, how much up you said? 1 foot. 1 foot up. Stop.
Stop. Set, yeah.
Take me in 6 inches where I'm 2 feet away from the telescope. In 6 feet. Stop.
Stop. And Claude, hold the dial when it kicks, otherwise it will come towards your elbow. There we go. discussion, I say. Good job, Ted. Nice.
Don't hold that technique out 3 feet. Out 3 feet. It's always opening by itself. Continue out. Continue out.
And this over-the-shoulder view from the camera
Stop.
on the shuttle's robotic arm, basically looking over the shoulder of Claude Nicollier with Mike Foale over on the left. The doors to the fine guidance sensor, the protective doors, are now open.
Coming out.
And the next step for the two astronauts will be for Mike Foale on the left side to remove 4 connectors on the left, and Claude Nicollier will remove 4 connectors on the right side.
I can dispatch you an retractable tether, and if you could reach that and put it on the 34, that would save you one tether up. So I'm going to come towards you. Did you copy?
I tried to get the feedback here.
Okay.
Hard in the bayonet.
Yeah, I found that one quite hard.
Captain in particular? I can try another one below.
If the one on the side works, okay. On the other side handle.
This one is very hard.
I think you just have to, I've had trouble with my workstation as well. I think you have to wiggle it just in a particular fashion. Claude, you copy on the 34-inch tether?
Oh, yeah, what do you want?
34-inch tether, please. I can give you a tether. If you can just take this one. Here, reach across to your right. Those on your right. Down behind you. Reach back to your right. Here's my tether. You can put that on the 34-inch.
Okay.
Okay.
See you tether to it?
Okay, thank you. I can see my gate closed, yes.
Yes. All yours.
Good job, Chris, thank you. I see I have one end of the 34-inch on the door. Copy. this door, so do not lean back, okay?
Okay, I will not.
Well, lean forward. There you go. You can probably see the left STS door is covered up.
Copy. I'll work on the right momentarily. Take me to my right, about 40.
Okay, to your right, I guess, to open the door.
That's correct. And after that, I'll go behind the door to cover it.
Copy. You go behind the door after.
Yes. First, I have to go out at the same time as port. Out and port.
Okay, out and port.
Good motion.
Out and port.
No more aft, only port.
Only port.
Stop, yeah.
Stop.
Mike, can you verify the A-latch light is on?
Stand by, please.
Aft and port, about 3 feet.
Aft and port, 3 feet.
Mike Foale on the left of the picture and Claude Nicollier on the right. They'll secure the doors in the open position so to ensure that they don't move back and forth during the removal and installation of the new fine guidance sensor, and then they will both on either side of the fine guidance sensor disconnect the 4 connectors. There are 4 connectors on the right and 4 connectors on the left. Nicollier will detach or remove the 4 connectors on the right side while Mike Foale is removing the connectors on the left. And then after that, that handhold attachment that is yellow in color right behind Nicollier, that will be installed on the fine guidance sensor to allow him a good grip on the unit when he slides it out of the telescope.
Mike, rolling to your right will help if you can. Rolling to your right.
Really trouble is I can't get much.
Claude can provide a little.
Stop. Just stop it now. Stop. I think that it's not to engage properly here. Is that good now?
The right one is good and the left one's good. Just push the left one out. Good.
I continue the papa. I'm about 2 feet to the director.
2 feet it goes.
It down 2 feet at the same time as stop it. Down.
2 feet down at the same time as double.
Down.
Good.
Up. Up. Down.
Good job, Mike. Is the inlet slide out?
Good job. Let's do it. It's hard to see in here. You guys have a go for connected E-mate? Let's do a go for connected E-mate.
Make sure you do the ground strap last, Mike.
Copy. Ground step last. Take me in about 1 foot. I'm 2 feet away.
In 1 foot.
Continue, continue. Stop. Stop.
Your last connector, give Mike a go for the ground strap.
Okay. Well, you want to tell your cables first.
And Mike, the trunnion is just 10 inches above your left shoulder.
Thank you. Yeah, and Claude, this isn't going to work with the short adjustable. These are much stiffer cables than what you're used to. We'll have to use what Greg and Bill used, I think. I think it will work if we go via the immediate hook. I'm going to have to use a retractable. It will work for me here, like this. It will? Yeah. Initially like this, and after that you maybe like to go all the way. See what I mean? I copy. Yours are a little further away, so that may work still. Want to give it a try? What's that? You can even use the other one here. It's okay.
Do you have all 4 of yours done?
No, I got to start making now. I just installed the header for the
Copy.
K9 estimated, at 29, B5 estimated. K1 estimated. STS estimated, they're estimated on the right hand side.
Copy.
Okay, Steve, J2 and J8 are demated.
Copy 2 and 8.
J6,
Copy 6.
J3, and I'm going to have to tether these a bit better.
Mike, I understand all of yours are disconnected now.
Except the ground shot, Steve. I want to tether this a little bit more.
Okay.
Securely. Okay, I'm tethered now to the upper handrail, and the ground strap's removed. Steve?
Copy all of those, including the ground strap.
That's correct. We want a little more on the tether here.
Of course, Pod, your next task is the guide sets.
Okay. There's a phosphor technique to my left. Your left. About 2 feet.
About 2 feet to Mike T, the Washington Onion.
Okay. there, Fred. It's better than mine.
Okay. Stop, Jean-François.
Copy, stop. For planning purposes, Cloud, the sun's going to go down in 10 minutes.
Okay. Take me in 4 inches, Jean-François. 4 inches.
You're about 6 inches turn.
Stop, stop. Okay.
So you're 6 inches with your head.
Okay.
But your head, your actual helmet is touching the lip of the door. So don't come any higher, Fred.
Okay. Lower right installed. Up 2 inches or 4 inches.
Okay,
I can go, I think, only 2 or 3 inches. Mike, look carefully, Claudas, for going up.
so you have lots of clearance with the canyon, but you have only about 1 inch with your helmet.
Okay.
So you cannot go up any further with your helmet.
Okay, take me in 2 inches.
So you're going to have to come down first. Must come down about 2 inches first.
Okay, 2 inches down.
That will do it. That is enough. That's enough.
Okay, moving in. Stop. Stop. Take me left. Half as we start 6 inches.
Left 6 inches. So you're going to roll, are you?
Continue. Stop.
Stop. And Houston and Discovery, we have a nice view of you as we fly overhead. Looks like a nice evening there.
And Discovery, thanks for the weather report. You can probably see it better than we can.
Yeah, I've been there and there's not many windows.
We do, however, have a great view of the EVA crew, and we're enjoying that even better than the outside view.
Copy that.
Spacewalk by Mike Foale and Claude Nicollier now 4 hours and 7 minutes in duration. At present, Nicollier is attaching the handhold that, or they're demating the connectors in preparation for attaching the handhold that will assist him in pulling the fine guidance sensor out of the telescope. The fine guidance sensor that will be installed in the telescope is one that was refurbished, was actually returned to Earth from the last servicing mission to the Hubble Space Telescope. It's now been refurbished and is patiently awaiting to be installed in the telescope in place of this fine guidance sensor once it's removed.
Yeah, just a smaller bundle than his. I could use what I was planning to use.
Well, if Mr. Harmar is in mission control, he'll be happy Mike used that technique. Yes, I'm grateful to Greg Hubble for briefing me on that.
So also take me out 1 foot.
Out 1 foot.
Up. If you pitch me up, I guess I'm pitched down about 20 degrees. If you can pitch me up to about 10 degrees. Pitch up 10 degrees.
Copy, close to go.
Just how far take me in? About 1 foot. I'm a foot and a half away.
And so keep your head low. 1 foot. Keep your head low. Moving in. Keep moving in. Stop. 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 There's no way to lock that, is there, once you've extended it?
Because of the guy kept getting. So Jean François, can you roll me to my left about 20 degrees?
20 degrees, roll left.
Okay, continue.
Arm stop, 20 degrees.
Okay, continue 10 more degrees.
10 more degrees, roll left.
Stop the arm.
Stop.
upper left is on.
Copy.
To port about 2 feet.
Port 2 feet. You've got about 8 inches of clearance, Claude, between your trunnion and your head, so that's not an issue.
Okay. Stop.
Stop.
And take me in 3 inches, please.
In 3 inches. Jean-Francois, the boot plate clearance is about 9 inches. 7. Thank you.
And the apparatus is installed.
Good job, Claude.
Body vertical and out 2 feet.
Out and roll 0. Out.
And also starboard to center on the instrument.
Starboard.
Up to starboard. Take me 2 more feet out, please.
2 more feet out.
Up.
Stop.
Sorry, handle.
So that will finish 2 degrees in roll left.
Okay, thank you.
And you're going to stow the caddy now, Claude. Okay. And when you do that, is it possible to point the EVA camera at the work site without much of an effort? If it's an effort, don't worry about it.
Oh, to show the
CTVC.
the CTVC. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. So after you've installed the...
Yeah, I'll do it after the handle.
Copy.
Okay, I got to... So the caddy first.
Okay, sir.
Cover.
Copy. And Houston, we have some more ESC images for you.
We copy. We'll grab them when we can.
got somebody stowed. Is it tethered and... It's tethered, unstowed on the bayonet. Thank you, sir. As you take the handhold off, loosen the zip nut. Okay. On the bump by the bottom. Correct. All zip nuts are loosened and set up with the handle ready to install it. Copy. I don't know. See my... It's good. How far take me in? About 3 feet. I'm 4 feet away. In about 3 feet. And Mike, verify my clearance on the top.
You have good clearance to the top. I'm going to watch your boot plate.
Okay.
Boot plate's about 3 feet to go.
Okay. So one more foot to François.
One more foot. 2 foot to go on the boot plate. 18 inches.
Okay.
1 foot to go.
Stop here. Stop.
This is Mission Control Houston. We're following along with astronauts Mike Foale and Claude Nicollier as they prepare to remove the fine guidance sensor from the Hubble Space Telescope in preparation for installation of the newly improved FGS, or fine guidance sensor number 2. This is expected to be the last task for the crew members today, as the spacewalk now is passing through 4 hours and 22 minutes in duration. The spacewalk began at just after 1 o'clock this afternoon, Central Time, 2:06 p.m. Eastern Time. Should get a fairly good lock on our television picture here in a minute or two, and should have a clear picture for the next 25 minutes or so. Discovery on the 60th orbit of its mission now, headed out across the Atlantic Ocean, just about to skirt across the upper western portions of Africa, and then head down across southern Africa and swing across Madagascar before heading out across the Indian Ocean. Thus far today, the spacewalk has gone very well and very successful, which is more important. The Hubble Space Telescope has a brand new computer, and that brand new computer has been verified to be connected properly and in excellent shape. So another good piece of equipment change out on the telescope in preparation for restoring it to full operational capability at the conclusion of this mission. with one more spacewalk to go after today. But the fine guidance sensor, the next major task for the crew, and they're well into that task of removing the old fine guidance sensor, and that will be followed by the installation of a newly improved, basically a refurbished fine guidance sensor, and that will be installed after this one is removed. And again, for this task, Claude Nicollier is operating in a foot restraint on the end of the shuttle's robotic arm, which is primarily being operated by Jean-Francois Clairvoy inside Discovery, with choreography for the early part of the spacewalk being handled by Steve Smith, and the last few minutes, last half of the spacewalk being handled by John Grunsfeld inside Discovery.
Back to the vertical. Back to the vertical.
You still have about 1 foot 2 inches of the boot tape.
Okay.
I guess at this point, could we be putting a camera view or a flight camera view?
Oh, okay.
PCVs.
Okay, so once that takes me out also to the vertical and out 2 feet, so I can test the CTDC camera. Okay, finishing the vertical and out 2 feet. Is that all 4 bolts? All 4 bolts.
It looks nice and secure.
Up beyond? Stop.
Stand it down a little bit, Claude, yeah.
That's perfect, Claude. Perfect, thank you. We're going to downlink that for you, Claude.
And this is a very nice close-up view right over the shoulder of Claude Nicollier, as he now has attached the handhold to the fine guidance sensor. All of the connectors now have been removed. The grounding straps have been removed as well. The
I'm ready to go.
fine guidance sensor being held in place by 4 knobs, basically locking knobs. Those once those are released,
Alpha 3.
with assistance from the free-floating astronaut Mike Fold, the fine guidance sensor can be removed from the telescope. It basically slides out on rails, guide rails that ensure that the unit is being installed and removed properly.
And if you'd like the settings for that part of the machine, I can give those to you. Okay, go ahead. Ratchet counterclockwise, 38. Ratchet counterclockwise and 38.
That's just off, isn't it, Claude, yeah. So tight.
Hold on.
And ratchet on the top there. And ratchet counterclockwise.
Ratchet counterclockwise.
One more to that. That's it. That's it now. Yeah.
Okay. Let's put the off here.
And that should be off, yes.
I'm in ratchet counterclockwise now, so if I remember well, 1/2 turn finish. You are correct.
Okay. High wobbles. Okay. Officer. Yes. Did it slip? Okay. Hostage. It didn't slip, huh? No, it did not slip.
Fantastic. Remember, Claude, that socket has brake hood on it now. Now you want to go to counterclockwise 38 motor.
Motor, counterclockwise 38. So was that set right at the bottom? I didn't. All the way? Yes, it's all the way. Count up. Okay. Ready.
Verify counterclockwise.
Counterclockwise is verified.
22 turns, free spinning. Watch for the light, Mike.
Yes, sir. 22 turns. We count them out. Very much. One. Two. Light. Three. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 7. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21. And 22. The light came on at 2 times when he was in motor.
Okay, plus the half turn manual, so we'll call it 2.5 turns for the light and 22 total.
That's correct, Chief. And we have 2 lights.
Verify it's loose.
That's loose.
Okay, watch the brake cut on the socket.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to store the PRT now. Take me out 1 foot, so far.
Out 1 foot. If you'd like to, you can put it in ratchet counterclockwise.
Okay. Up down. Up. Yes, perfect. Put the seat back to your left. Lean back and go to your left. Right that way. There you go. Yep. It was you who taught me that trick. Okay. Oh, it went fine. Thank you. Well, thank you. Okay, the first take me back in. I'm 5 feet away, take me 4 feet in.
Cookie the turn.
And a little bit to my right, about 6 inches, could you take me in?
6 inches to your right as the same time.
No more right, continue in.
Just in.
2 foot change, 1 foot, and stop. Stop. Okay, I'm ready, Mike. I'm ready. And see you.
Okay, avoid pitch down.
Okay. So the first take me out about 0.05 initially.
Out at the 0.05 rate.
Correct. So do you see how the the CO2 high message is
Say again?
the CO2 high message.
Okay, let's stop the arm.
Okay, stop the arm.
Push the STS slightly back in.
I'll hold it, Steve. I'm holding it. I'm holding the STS. And the open third valve.
Okay, page 19.
Okay.
Houston EV4 has a CO2 high message. We're on page 19.
Yeah, I have that.
Okay. Does it have the, okay, so you're in the second part. What's it say for the PPCO2?
Okay, let's see.
Houston Discovery.
And Discovery Houston, we think that that is a PPCO2 deucer. It jumped up to the highest possible level, too quickly to be a real physics, so we call it a deucer.
Okay.
Well, I've been fine, really.
Okay.
I'm working pretty hard, but I've been fine. I reached 30, the value. Pretty high.
Okay, go ahead and on step 3, close your helmet purge valve.
Okay. Complete?
How you feel?
I did not even open it, tell you the truth.
Okay, how you feeling?
I feel fine. I'm thirsty and I have no more water, but that's okay.
And Houston Discovery, with your concurrence, what we'll do is continue here, and we'll make sure Claude continues to feel good.
We concur with the plan.
What timing for that deucer, boy?
Well, like if Colin was around there. Just like Colin was. Hi, Colin.
Colin England must have some pretty strong cards. Okay, you guys hold just 1 second. Let me look through this one more time.
Okay.
This is Mission Control Houston as Claude Nicollier prepares to slide the fine guidance sensor out of the telescope. A humorous conversation going on related to a instantaneous high reading of carbon dioxide levels on his spacesuit. It immediately returned to normal, and the team reviewed that on the spacesuit, says it is fine. It was probably just a transducer, and everything is fine, and Nicollier jokingly said he feels fine as well.
Thanks. François, out. 0.05 rate, please.
Copy. Resuming out at the 0.05 rate.
Correct.
So do you see at the bottom now, the zip knot almost overlaps the sill? Lift it up a little bit. There we go.
Yeah, I see that. Thank you. Good point.
Try not to pull it too much left and right. It's moving the braces about half an inch displacement. Moving at 0.04.
Yes. Little resistance here, much more than I'm used to.
Okay, area of the D is coming up in 1 inch.
Yes.
Is that area of the D?
Yes. Okay, it's much easier now. And that takes me up about 4 inches. So I can monitor the
4 inches up.
Correct. As soon as you take me out.
At the same time going out. Very nice, Claude. Very nice. Remember there's a mirror on the end.
Okay. Continue up and out.
Up and out. Very nice, Claude. Really smooth. Very good. Absolutely straight. Just perfect. Absolutely
A
perfect.
little more up, no problem.
Moving up.
About 2
and
more
out.
inches up.
2 more inches up. Just perfect. It's absolutely level. Absolutely aligned.
No more up, only out now.
Only out. The mirror is overlapping the door sill.
Okay.
Mirror is still overlapping the door sill.
Continue the puzzle.
And just the out at 0.05. The mirror is now past the door sill. About 2 inches. You have about 1 foot clearance of the mirror from the door.
Okay, you can go to 0.1 rate, no puzzle.
Okay, 2.1 rate out.
This is Mission Control Houston. Claude Nicollier now carefully sliding the fine guidance sensor out of the Hubble Space Telescope. The spacewalk with his colleague Mike Foale, now 4 hours 37 minutes in duration. And joining us once again at the Public Affairs Console here in Mission Control is astronaut Joe Tanner, who performed this exact task almost 3 years ago. So, Joe, it's probably brings back a lot of memories for you now.
It sure does, Kyle. I can look at what they're doing here and remember it very well, even though it's almost 3 years ago. It's really exciting to watch, actually.
Okay, and why don't you keep it?
What part did you play, or did they inquire of you, since you've done this exact task, in helping them get ready for this?
Well, I did a water run. It's been a couple years ago while they were training, and went through this same procedure in the other position. When I did it on FGS-1, I was on the arm where Claude is right now, doing that task. So, and they looked at our procedures that Greg and I had developed for FGS-1, and they've used basically the same exact procedures.
Three of you.
I guess what a lot of folks don't realize is maybe they can, in this view, sort of visualize and see the size of that instrument. Can you describe how that actually feels in the weightless environment of space?
Yeah, that was a pleasant surprise how easy it was to maneuver. The FGS weighs in the neighborhood of 492 pounds, almost 500 pounds. And we trained in the water, of course, with a box that was the same size, but because of the viscosity of the water, it was very difficult to maneuver it around. So the way we really trained for mass handling was in the virtual reality lab in a piece of equipment called Charlotte, which allows you to maneuver large masses, much larger than that even, and it feels exactly like it does in space. So we trained on Charlotte the week before we launched, and then I also got back in Charlotte right after we got back to compare the simulator to the real mass, and it's very accurate. So it's very easy to maneuver it. Matter of fact, you can do it with one hand, just barely holding on. As long as you don't generate any high rates, you can keep it totally under control at all times.
We noticed after he got it out of the telescope, it looked like he kind of wiggled it around a little bit. And was that something that it just helps him get adjusted to how it feels? Is that part of the training?
Well, you need to, once it is free of the rails, of course, for a good portion of that extraction, the motion of the FGS was restricted by the guide rails. But once you're free of the rails, the box is free to move, and you're not sure exactly what kind of gain you need to put on your hands and your arms. And so the first little wiggle there is just to understand exactly how it's going to feel and how you should maneuver it. So that's kind of what he was doing there.
Well, this fine guidance sensor that he's removed in terms of actual size is about 5.5 feet by 4 feet by 2 feet, and actually on Earth would weigh 478 pounds, but of course in space that's just mass.
Yeah, and actually still more than that when you add the handrail and the zip nuts and the guide studs that he's got on there. He's taking it down now and stowing it on the aft fixture temporarily. The location for it to ride home is occupied right now by the replacement unit, so they'll pull the replacement unit out, insert it into the telescope, and then put the old FGS-1 back in the carrier for the ride home.
I need one more foot aft as you continue the rest of the motion. One more foot aft. Correct. About what? The continual motion plus aft. Copy. One more foot aft. No more aft now. Continue on the more aft. That's it. And the port, one more foot also. And one more foot port. No more port. Continue the rest. Copy. Continue just the rest. Which is basically down.
I told I don't want my lights to bother you if I start.
That's not a problem. Leave it. Leave it.
They're well aligned.
That's it. Mac, can you watch the clearance above the A site?
Yes. Right now he has about 4 feet turn.
Copy, thanks. Go down, close. Okay, continue down.
You're well aligned. Good job, Claude.
Out in the water, this job is really hard because as hard as they try, it's almost impossible to get the mock-up completely neutrally buoyant. And you can expend a lot of energy trying to get that engaged like he did there with relative ease.
And pin. I see the pin in.
Yeah, that was very nice.
Okay, both of you confirm the pin's in.
Put it in.
On to the F site for Mike, and Claude, I believe you're going to pick up a handrail on the way.
Okay, correct.
So I guess as you mentioned, the viscosity of the water sort of presents a challenge that you don't see here, which I guess would lend a reason to practice a little bit with the unit if you're not familiar with it and you expect that type of viscosity.
Yeah, the water training is excellent training, but there are some drawbacks, and water viscosity is one of them. You just have to keep that in mind while you're training, and remember that you have to use different gains in your muscles when you actually do it in space.
I'm assuming that it's also nice to have experience from people that have already done the task to actually sit down and talk to them about what it was really like on the scene.
Yeah, and that knowledge gets fed back into the programmers and experts at the virtual reality lab, and they continually improve not only the visual scenes but the operation of Charlotte. So everybody benefits from the experience gained.
And I believe you've already put into 38 ratchet counterclockwise.
Certainly a lot of the, I remember back 6 years ago on the first servicing mission, a lot of the talk surrounding that flight and the importance of that flight, not only to restore the telescope to full capacity, but also what the spacewalks would be in terms of setting the stage for space station construction. Obviously, a lot of what we see here has lent assistance in preparation for that. Of course, that's going to be a much larger structure.
Yeah, that's true, and of course, experience gained, even if it's not the same people that do the EVAs on station, is still passed on to the people into the training department, and the people who are doing future EVAs benefit from that experience as it's either written down or verbally passed into the training flows of the future crews.
I will give you a cutter.
Now the HST EVAs are somewhat different than station because the hardware is different. The basic tasks, of course, are pretty generic. The particular tasks and the type of connectors they use are different in lots of cases, and the tools in some cases are different also.
Yeah. That's good. It's a pleasure. Okay.
Yeah, but you can learn a lot just by watching, and this is great video coverage.
I'm going to come up a bit. Okay.
Well, the spacewalk is just crossing through 4 hours and 45 minutes, and the two astronauts, Mike Foale in the foreground and Claude Nicollier just out of view. They'll now press on to grab a handrail or a handhold, I guess, to install on the new unit. Now they'll open up that canister on the front of the orbital replacement unit carrier, and then allow Claude to install that, I guess, in certainly the same fashion that the one that was just removed.
Yes, sir. Your safety cutter goes up over the top.
Yeah, the next thing Mike will do is open up the lid to the F-site, and then Claude will maneuver over with the arm and install the handle onto the FGS-1R.
Thank you.
And then release the A-latch and pull it out of the carrier, just like he pulled FGS-2. Got my numbers mixed up. Out of the telescope just a few minutes ago. I get a little confused because originally for STS-82 we were going to remove and replace FGS-2 until about 6 or 8 months before launch, and they determined that FGS-1 was probably a better candidate to be changed out, so we switched midstream.
And you'll see my cutter clear.
Okay.
Claude, are you clear? Yes, I'm clear. Well clear.
from Steve was kind of a generic check. Every time we open up a lid, we want to make sure nothing floats out, because if it does, we want to catch it.
Anyway, and I guess in the past we have seen some very small particles of debris, and obviously the telescope's a very sensitive instrument, so folks certainly do watch out for that.
Yeah, that's true, and ground crews take extra precautions to make sure that the telescope and the equipment or replacement equipment stay clean, but there's always a chance that something might slip by.
Copy.
Sunrise is coming.
Thank you.
And Kyle, you saw Mike hook a waist tether to that handrail right there, and that's just kind of a precaution. He is, of course, tethered to the shuttle slide wires. You can see with the safety reel off to his left side. That was just a precaution to keep him from floating away accidentally if you let go with both hands.
I suspect that that's one of the first things that you're trained to, is to almost double tether almost everywhere you go, if possible.
Well, you don't want to float away, because not only is it not productive for the timeline, but you don't want to look bad on TV.
Well, of course, in this case, also we're not flying the safer units on the spacesuits, and so that makes it even more critical.
Yeah, that is true, and they are technically double tethered right now, and that other waist tether is really a triple tether. There's if you look closely at his tether reel, you'll find that there are two tethers coming from his left D-ring over to that tether reel. So in case one hook would inadvertently open, there would still be a tether connecting him to the safety reel.
To the center. Moving to the center. To your...
And it's never happened.
Well, we're certainly happy about that, of course.
That was the ground strap off the FGS-2R that he just removed and stowed on a carrier, a little blank plate there, and then it will be installed onto the old FGS when they put that into the F-side.
This time, Clyde, you went less than 4 foot down. Okay. And so that will pitch you back up slightly. Don't be too much pitch down.
That's fine, yeah.
Okay, stop here. There you go. Bumpers on the bottom. Looks good.
Okay, before we go down, the first 6 inches aft.
6 inches out.
Right off.
Copy, the lights off, and give us a clearance on his helmet as he comes down.
Okay. Or maybe fold it up. Up in the base, yeah, up in the base, one. Or to your right. Okay.
Good call, Mike.
That's good. You're going to use the telescope, you want it. Understood, sir. Okay, thank you. The further post still 4 inches aft.
4 inches out.
After that, we start
Mike, how's the squad?
right grab no change. The conditions. And the pigment's missing now. Left blood has been again. Stop.
Copy.
Okay, I'm ready to come down.
Okay, moving down.
And monitor my helmet cleared. I don't want you to. Right now, Claude, you have roughly 6 inches lateral clearance. Okay.
Stop the arm. Stop.
Very nice. You seem to have a lot more clearance here than you do in the pool. Yeah, that's good. You have a full clearance here.
Take me up. 6 inches. Do I have 6 inches? Or more there?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Up 2 inches.
Up 6. 6.
Up 6.
Slowly. But it's about 6.
I think Todd, you say up 6 inches.
Up, correct.
You're going aft. Continue. You got 4 inches of turn.
Okay.
Okay, 6 inches of turn, yeah.
Okay. Continue about 4 more inches aft.
4 more inches aft. Stop.
Stop. To my left, 6 inches.
Okay, you've got about 1 inch between your camera battery, so your helmet battery and the lid.
Okay.
So that's enough.
So to my left, 4 inches.
To your left, 4 inches.
Stop.
Stop. Oh, just that's very close. Nice and easy in zero gravity.
Okay, so first take me back to the center, so 2 inches to my right.
2 inches to your right.
That's 4 inches. Stop.
Stop.
Oh, I think I'm in good position now to undo like able. Now keep counterclockwise. We start with half a turn manual, right?
You are correct.
Okay, Kyle, just to update everybody on what's going on right now there. They have got the hand hold, I think, in place now, and they're about ready to release the A latch, which is just to break the torque on the A latch, and then they'll drive it the additional 22 turns to release the A latch and allow them to pull the box out of the F site.
Good job.
And we were talking just a second ago about first impressions when you come out, and of course 2 of the crew members on this flight have now had that. First John last night and now Claude tonight. And you were mentioning when your first spacewalk was you came out in the darkness.
Yeah, that made it a little bit easier. Some people have said that they get shocked by the view when they first come out and see how far it is to the ground. And it was pitch dark when I came out, so I didn't have that effect. But the view really is incredible. It's so much better than inside the ship. You're looking through 3 panes of glass, and some places over an inch worth of glass total. When you're in the orbiter, the spacesuit, there's just a small layer between you and the rest of the world, universe.
Basically, your own satellite out there.
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, it sounds kind of trite, but it is an experience that almost defies description by words.
You know, we hear a lot about the the length of the spacewalks and the pressure in the suit that you have to actually work against, is it really that tiring, or is it just certain tasks that would tire you out more than others?
Certain tasks are more demanding on your hands and your forearms. If you're doing a lot of connectors with your hands, it can fatigue your hands. Doing a lot of glove work, you're always overcoming 4.2, 4.3 psi worth of pressure in the gloves, and moving your arms. You have to overcome that same pressure plus the restriction of the material in the suit. So I'm sure after the long EVA day yesterday, Steve and John were tired.
Ready for a rest.
Yeah, but they'll be ready to go again tomorrow, I'm sure.
Is there any kind of exercises that you do? I know astronauts probably have different techniques that they use to ready for that kind of thing, especially the hand-intensive kind of tasks.
I do a lot of grip exercises. I personally, before 82, carried a little Nerf football in my car, and every time I drove anywhere, I would alternate hands, squeezing that ball to build up hand strength and grip strength. You spend a lot of time in the gym working on hands, forearms, upper arms, shoulders, and then some leg work, of course, back work. So it's important to be in good shape. It's not a maximum strength kind of event, but it's an endurance event. You're having to overcome these kinds of pressures for 6 or 7 hours.
Right. One thing that I had, you and I were discussing yesterday was the length of time that spacewalks last, and the reference to that length of time. Do you actually recognize your surroundings versus what you actually train to, or do you get so busy with the task that you're concentrating so much on that you don't really recognize the surroundings until you can take a break?
Yeah, I found that to be true, Kyle. I focused so much on the task at hand. You could almost visualize yourself in the training tank, even, and doing this task. Of course, the fidelity is so much better in space, but you get focused in your world is just what you can see in your visor, which is no more than 3 feet away. There are those opportunities when you get a break and you look out and you say, "Wow, there's the Earth down there," and you relish those moments and enjoy them as long as you can when you have the opportunity.
Well, let's see. From a television standpoint, looks like we'll probably get some more TV from the guys up in space about 12 minutes from now as they continue this task to now install the new fine guidance sensor, the refurbished fine guidance sensor. So we'll stand by and await the television. And Joe, thanks again for stopping by. We appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, Kyle. It's always a pleasure.
Discovery, our telemetry shows the minus V2 wing is at positive 7.7 degrees. If the outside guys would like us to slew back to 0 degrees, just let us know when they get out there for the OCE task.
We copy. Okay, John, I'm going to go take care of my stuff. Okay. Thank you for your help. I see the handrail is securely installed. I see both tool boards secure, Mike. I copy, Steve. What's your assessment of the solar array, Mike, up there? Steve, I don't think it's going to change the geometry at all as you go in towards the OCE bay. You have to stay inboard of it anyway, and it's still a hazard, whether it's up to 0 or it's down at minus 7. Okay. So I propose no change unless you tell us as you go up there. Okay. We've had a quick look at us.
It's a beautiful view of Discovery with the Hubble Space Telescope in the background. In the foreground, Payload Commander Steve Smith, now on his 5th spacewalk of his career as an astronaut, 3 on the second Hubble servicing mission, and now the second one on this flight. Discovery midway across the Pacific Ocean on the 73rd orbit of its mission. Smith, along with his colleague John Grunsfeld, are wrapping up the setup for today's spacewalk, again scheduled to last about 7 hours. Smith will be distinguishable throughout the spacewalk by the solid red stripe that you can see there on the pant legs of his spacesuit.
I'm tethered to the CTDC, and the CTDC light tether is installed. Good job. Yeah, Mike, the pouch is closed and my safety tether hook is in place. Hook guard is in place. I copy the pouch closed with the money clip in place on the tether. Steve, I show you going on to BAPS and TAs. BAPS and TAs, that's correct. Okay. BAPS post and then 2 TAs. Copy that. As I face the toolbar in the current configuration, the tool board, which side should the CTDC camera go on? John, I believe that will be on the right side if you're facing down into the Pebble Bay with your legs towards the center. Okay, I agree. Thank you. So that's on. Locked. I'm going to pre-fold it down as far as I can get it.
And this view of the other spacewalking astronaut, John Grunsfeld, and he will be distinguishable throughout the spacewalk by the solid white trousers he's wearing as part of his extravehicular mobility unit. The upper portion has actually been resized and as part of Mike Foles' suit from yesterday after the problems that were exhibited in powering up his normal unit during the EVA donning or the EMU donning exercise this morning.
I'm going in for the HST-TFR. Okay, and I'm available if you need help. Thank you. And John, confirm one more time for me. I think you said this already. The CTVC camera is connected to the MFR? CTVC is connected to the stanchion, and the RMS cable is connected to the stanchion. Okay, I need to do that. Thank you. I'm going back out. So while I'm doing that, I'll ask you the same question about the MFR. Does the large small go out with the MFR? I'm sorry, the HST-TFR? Or does it stay in the airlock? John, I propose I don't take that with you. If it's hard to get it though, John, it's not part of the daily tool requirement, though. So that is correct, John. It is not part of our plan. So if you don't want to take it and you want to use your own tether, that's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Mike, both TAs are deployed. The BAPS post is pinned, and I've removed the white strap from the agency PFR stowage bracket. I copy, so we're ready for the stowage of the PFR. Correct.
Hey, Mike, verify that the camera was off.
The camera is verified off.
Okay, the connector is on.
And Steve, you can come forward and be ready to help John with the PFR. Hey, John, do you want me to come to the airlock?
I think I'll be able to get it okay.
Okay, I'll just slowly work my way that way, so.
Okay.
Two's always easier than one. Steve, I'm thinking that while John ingresses the MFR, the PFR will be flapping around a bit. Okay, on my way.
Okay. I'll buy that.
Or you can just get in and I'll hand it to you. That might be easier.
You want to do that?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and get in and I'll hand it to you.
Okay.
Steve, I propose you close the thermal cover.
Yes, sir.
The area.
Absolutely.
All right, stanchion looks good, John.
Okay, how's my tether?
It goes behind your left leg, no problem.
Yeah.
Here, I'll tell you what. You're right there. You want it in front of your left leg?
Sure, that'd be great.
Okay, it's in front of your left leg.
Thank you.
I'll tell you what, as you get up, I'll hold it right here. There you go. Nicely done. Big difference from EVA 1 to 2, huh?
Yep.
There you go.
Okay, I'm in.
Yeah, I'm getting the PFR.
So while you're doing that, I'll relocate the F5.
Okay.
And verify it's tethered.
Okay, I've got it when you're ready.
Okay, stand by one.
Sure. the toolbar, nice and secure. They're locked. Okay. They move around a little bit, but they seem secure. DCT bayonet on the right side. And that's secure. Okay. I'm going to just rotate it around now, so I don't have to do that with the bat. It'll be easier today. That's the correct rotation also for the cable. Okay. I think that's the only way I can go. Okay.
This view showing Steve Smith with the Hubble Space Telescope portable foot restraint that was brought in last night by Mike Foale and Claude Nicollier at the end of their spacewalk. If you remember, the crew members had a problem with that foot restraint basically flapping around on its hinge, and so the EVA team wanted them to bring that inside and troubleshoot it. They did. They think that the lever on the foot switch there was simply stuck due to thermal issues, getting too cold or too hot, and so they brought that inside. It worked fine. They've locked it in place, and then we'll permanently stow it at the base of the Hubble Space Telescope on the flight support system and use the alternate Hubble Space Telescope portable foot restraint for today's spacewalk.
Okay, you're clear of the truss. You can keep going. Yep. I think it's the lower, or the CCDC camera around my feet. That's true. Power the camera off, Mike. Okay, we have a guy to power up the camera. Power it off. O-F-F. No, that's caught around my feet, Mike. Yeah. Or I can hop out. No, John, why don't you lean up here and take the PFR, and I'll just disconnect it and reconnect it. You have a good